Hey guys, DarudeLeafStorm here, and I'm here with, well, first of all, a brand new video, and second of all, this is NBA Season 6. This is kind of like everything put together. Week 1 team builder, and not really a draft analysis, but I'm obviously just gonna, well, my draft is on the screen right now, so you can just quickly have a look at that, and I'll quickly go over why I chose these Pokemon. So my first pick in the NBA was Xurkitree, for obvious reasons. I mean, I don't really have to explain why I picked Xurkitree. And then we proceed to go with Scolipede for Speed Pass. We have Excadrill, who was kind of just there because I wanted Lando T, and then I wanted Lando I, and then I wanted and then, well, I got Excadrill. So yeah, and those two picks were the two picks before me as well, which was lovely. And then we picked up Florges, we picked up Chestnut, and we picked up a Alomomola, very bulky. And then I kind of regret this, but my first pick was Kamala, which I'm tempted to drop because it's really not that good. Houndoom, which is a strange pick, I guess. And then somehow it lasted Uxie. So yeah, or Uxie. I call it Uxie, but Uxie works too. I call it both, to be perfectly honest. So yeah. And then finally we have Dusknoir, Alolan Executor, and Archeops. Now you're probably wondering why you picked Dusknoir as your first, and you pick. And that's because I wanted Mismagius, but that got taken, so that's fun. And then Alolan Executor is there because I need a Dragon type, pretty much. And then we got Archeops, because Archeops is great. So looking at my draft, it's not amazing, not gonna lie, but like the first three picks I think alone are just very, very scary. Speed Pass into Xurkitree or Excadrill is dangerous, very, very dangerous. Into my UU picks, I think I drafted too much bulk in UU and could have gotten a bit more out of it, but I got 2 Wish Passes, which is huge. So we have Speed Pass and Wish. We also have a Cleric in Florges, so I think Florges was a very good pick. I wanted Chestnut because nobody ever uses it, and I wanted to use it because why not? And then Alomomola I got because it's a Alomomola and it's so reliable. But I kind of tossed up between Alomomola and Feraligatr, so yeah, but I picked up Alomomola. Then we have Kamala, who I'm tempted to drop because not that good. Houndoom, which I think I'll find pretty fun using. And then Uxie, just for more bulk, because Uxie is amazing. But also for Memento, because Memento is a really good move, especially with Speed Pass. Very, very scary combo. Then Dusknoir, because it's a ghost type. I wanted Mismagius, but Dusknoir seems pretty cool. I've never used it before. I could have got a Dusclops, but I just think Dusclops would have given me too much bulk, and I don't really want that. But I didn't know it had base 135 defenses. I mean, I know it has only base 45 HP. I didn't know it was that low, actually. But yeah, I think that's quite cool. Now, Alolan Executor, I picked this pretty much out of spite for Finley. Because he loves Alolan Executor. No, he hates it because it's good. But yeah, I think I'll catch people off guard with Alolan Executor because it's quite interesting, actually, what it can do. And I believe it gets us access to Wish as well now, because of Executor before, from past gens, and then you just trade it over, and then, well, you trade over Execute, and then you evolve it, and then it goes a little Executor. So I think that gets access to Wish as well now. So potentially 3 Wish Passes, though. And then finally we have Archeops. And Archeops is actually my Zmon. In the NBA, we had no Megas this season, but we do have the Z Crystals available, obviously. But we made it so only one Pokemon can use them. Normalium Z, I think all of that's just banned, because that's quite OP. I believe Z Magnet Rise is banned as well. I'm not too sure about the rest. I don't think anything else is banned. Apart from the specific Z moves like Munium Z, Primarinium Z, is that what it's called? I'm not really too sure. Insinium Z and Deciduum Z. I don't know the specific names of them, but you know the specific Z crystals and like Pika. I don't even know. I don't even want to try anymore. So yeah, enough rambling. I've rambled for quite a while. 5 minutes actually. I'm very good at that apparently. So let's quickly have a look at my week 1 opponent and his draft. So week 1 we're taking on Evan Lad. Evan, you know, that kind of thing. And his draft, as on screen right now, Tapu Bulu, Starmie, Raikou, Hydreigon, which is a Zmon, Infernape, Nidoking, Registeel, Ambipom, Excelgor, Haunter, Drifblim, and Lapras. So a very scary draft, very, very fast, with 5 Pokemon over base 100 speed, which I found quite petrifying, and obviously Hydreigon just under that base 100. But I also didn't find it that terrifying because I have Speed Pass. Now, Speed Pass really hurts his team because he's got fast but quite fragile mons. His only real bulk, really, is Registeel and Drifblim, I guess. Lapras, you can also count. That is quite bulky. So not too much bulk on his side. But what I saw from this straight away is that Scolipede puts in a lot of work with Poison Jab for Tapu Bulu, Mega Horn for Starmie, Earthquake potentially for Raikou, Mega Horn Hydreigon, and EQ Infernape, EQ Nidoking, EQ Registeel, Mega Horn Ambipom, Mega Horn Excelgor. Well, we can't actually touch Haunter, but I'm pretty sure it would take quite a decent amount from. Actually, it wouldn't because both of my stabs are quite resisted, so. You know, Eviolite Haunter though. Drifblim, which we can have Rock Slide, and Lapras, we can have Rock Slide. But looking at the draft again, I noticed that Excadrill actually puts in a ton of work because of its huge base attack stat. We can Iron Head the Tapu Bulu, Earthquake, I believe just straight up KO'd the Starmie with Life Orb. Destroys Raikou. We hit Hydreigon because of Mold Breaker. We hit Infernape, Nidoking, Registeel, Ambipom, Excelgor, we KO, Haunter, we KO, Drifblim's a bit of a problem, and Lapras, you're a bit of a problem too. But we do a lot of damage to his team. So, going into the team. Okay, so first of all, we have. I didn't really go too deep with the EVs because I was kind of just like, I can't be bothered calcing everything, so I'll just play safe. So first we have Einstein the Xurkitree, Horn the Life Orb with the Beast Boost, obviously. And then we have Himpower Poison to knock out the Tapu Bulu, well, just to hit it, really. Dazzling Gleam for good coverage. And if we look at his team again, that's my team. If we look at his team again, we obviously hit the Hydreigon, which we really needed to hit because it's quite scary with the Z move. So yeah, it's quite petrifying. And then we have Thunderbolt for main stab and Energy Ball just to hit things like the well, not the Lapras, but you know, the Nidoking, just something to hit it because right now, Himpower Poison, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, and Energy Ball did not hit the Nidoking at all. And the Nidoking, when I looked at my draft, completely destroyed me. I had no switch-ins to Nidoking. Life Orb Nidoking, 2-hit KO'd, if not KO'd, my whole team, which is disgusting. So I had to do something about that, and I'll show you later what I did. And even like specially defensive Uxie takes like 35% from Sludge Wave, which is completely ridiculous because Uxie is like a complete wall. So, yeah, we have Einstein here, who has a very big potential to do a lot this match, because of the fact that it's just circuitry with base 173 attack. If it gets one beast boosted and I have speed on it, we win. So that's huge. So that's why I'm bringing circuitry this week, because it just puts so much pressure on anyone's team, really. With speed, it would just be absolutely dangerous. So yeah, moving on to the next mon, we have Holy Moly here, with enough speed to outspeed Nidoking, without any speed, because I was gonna go Adamant Life Orb. Well, yeah, I was gonna go Adamant Life Orb. Actually, I think I was gonna go Adamant Air Balloon, but because I didn't really need Life Orb with Adamant, but I couldn't risk the speed because of how destructive Nidoking is to my team, and I wanted to keep Air Balloon on it, but I just wasn't doing enough damage without the Life Orb, and getting the Swords Dance up was pretty risky in some cases, so I didn't really want to risk anything. So we have Ironhead, Earthquake, Swords Dance, and Rock Slide with 252 attack, 232 speed, 16 special defense, 8 defense with a Jolly Nature. Now, I have Ironhead to hit Tapu Bulu and just for stab in general. Hits. Well, Earthquake's going to be my main stab, obviously, because it just hits so many things. But Ironhead is there for the Tapu Bulu, which I believe we KO without any Sword Stance, so that's perfect. And then we have Earthquake for the Registeel, obviously, and main stab, because Earthquake from an Excadrill destroys his team. Absolutely destroys it. It does definitely over half to everything on his team, apart from Drifblim, obviously, and Tapu Bulu under the grassy terrain, which is something I have to watch out for. That was very scary, and I didn't realize until later about grassy terrain. But yeah, let's just wait for that. And then we have Rock Slide to hit the Drifblim mainly, to be honest. And I didn't really need it for anything else. It was just in case Drifblim came, because Drifblim was actually kind of scary if he did bring it, apart from for my circuitry. So yeah, moving on to the next mon, we have obviously Racer, the Scolipede, with max speed, max attack, 4 inch special defense. I don't really think I needed all that speed, but I just wanted to make sure, you know. And I didn't really want to calc things and then lose speed battles to some Pokemon. So this is the mon I toss and turn with a lot. Originally, I think the set was Megahorn, Poison, Megahorn, Sub, Protect, Baton Pass. And I swapped Sub. I can't quite remember. I might have not had Protect on it. I don't think I had Protect on it. I honestly don't remember. I've just had this for ages. So, but yeah, I toss and turn with this a lot. Getting rid of Protect, getting rid of Earthquake, getting rid of Substitute, getting rid of a lot of things on this Scolipede here. So this guy was my main win con, really, because it puts on a lot of pressure on his team. A lot of pressure. With just Megahorn Earthquake, it just does a lot to his team. Apart from Drifblim, which is very scary. And we have Protect to obviously get the speed boost up, and then Baton Pass to pass the speed on. It's not really much to say about this, apart from it's pretty much a very big win condition. Because passing speed on to Excadrill will be really important in this match, I think. So yeah, we move on to Fatfish, the Alomomola. On the leftovers, just standard, Wish, Protect, Scald, and actually Knockoff. I picked Knockoff over Toxic, mainly just so I could do something to Haunter and Drifblim and Lapras. I know I could Toxic Lapras, but it could be like Rain Dance Hydration. And I just thought that Knockoff, because I have no other Knockoff user, getting rid of items would be quite nice. And I think I just needed one Knockoff user. So I thought it was just a better option than Toxic in general this match. And it was to hit Starmie as well, if I ended up doing that. So yeah, and we could potentially knock off that Nidoking's Life Orb. So That's the thing. So we were running 248 HP, 8 attack, and 252 defense. With Impish. Scald, I didn't see as really like. I mean, nothing's doing much damage anyway. So I decided to give it that 8 attack, just to hit. Just to hit a little bit harder with the knockoff. It didn't really matter, to be honest. I could have just put it in special defense. So yeah, it really doesn't matter, as Scald's just there to burn things as well. And Alomomola isn't meant to do damage, apart from when you Swords Dance Baton Pass with Mega Beedrill into it. If you don't know, well, I don't think I recorded that battle, but I did that last season when I had Alomomola. I ran an offensive Life Orb Alomomola with Aqua Jet. Oh god, I don't remember the set. Waterfall, Knockoff, and Bounce, I think. Yeah, that was quite fun, and it was Swords Dance, Agility, well, not Swords Dance, Agility, because I realised Baton Pass clause, so it was just Swords Dance, Mega Beedrill into Animan Alomomola, so it's quite fun. Moving on, anyway, I do ramble a lot, as you can see. We have Swoopy Ghost. Now, this is my Nidoking check. None of his, well, they're doing like 30%. Shadow Ball's doing like 32 to something percent, It's not doing a lot. Why do I have pressure and not Frisk? Well, I had pressure in the battle. So, I didn't even know it got Frisk, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, we'll go with that. I had pressure. Don't know why. But yeah, this is my answer to Nidoking. With that base 135 special defense, we don't talk about the HP. We are taking Nidoking's hits very, very well with the Assault Vest. So this is a very good answer to Nidoking. And it's something I needed. And we're running Earthquake, Power Punch, Shadow Sneak, and Ice Punch. This is for coverage, a lot of coverage. Ice Punch hits the Drifblim, as well as the Nidoking, the Hydreigon, and the Tapu Bulu. Shadow Sneak is for stab priority, and to hit stuff like the Starmie, the Haunter, the Drifblim, and that's about it for that, but mainly for stab. Then we have Earthquake, which hits the Registeel, which I was finding to be more and more of a problem as I went through. Some mons just really, blocked me. I just found really scary. So yeah, Earthquake is there for the Registeel again. The Raikou as well, Infernape, but obviously can be shut down by the grassy terrain. So yeah, not much to say about Swoopy Ghost. Power Up Punch is just there for a last move, pretty much. And I thought it was just good on an Assault Vest set because I can just take hits and start boosting up and then Shadow Sneaking things to death. So I think that's a quite cool set. Just Noir, quite cool. Yeah, let's move on. So I have Wisdom here, and looking at my team, it died to Hydreigon. Hydreigon was very scary for me. So I have Wisdom here, the Uxie, Honda Berry with Levitate. Stealth Rocks were needed this match to guarantee some KOs that I needed with Excadrill. So Stealth Rocks, once I got them up, I'm good. So the other moves I'm running is Psychic for main stab, Dazzling Gleam to hit the Hydreigon, and U-turn just for initiative. So I'm running max, 248 HP, 252 special defense, and 8 special attack with the Calm Nature. This is my second answer to Nidoking, if it's needed. It is also my switch into Hydreigon and then Dazzling Gleam, so we get some damage off on it. So yeah, that's the team. Alomamola's there to, wall his Infernape, which could become a problem if I didn't have this. It wasn't too scary for my team, though. Especially Scarfed Infernape, I wasn't really fearing Scarfed. So yeah, this is just kind of here. So yeah, let's get into the battle. I have a better thing there. There we go. So as we can see, We have my team. And then we have his team, which consists of the Nidoking, which is petrifying, Tapu Bulu, which is petrifying, as I don't have many switch-ins to that, to be honest. We have Infernape, which isn't that scary at all. We have Registeel, which is a scary wall. I don't like Registeel in this matchup for me. We have Hydreigon, which is petrifying as well. And then we have Ambipom, which is just kind of there also because of my Alomomola. It just kind of gets walled. So let me set this to normal. And let's get into this battle versus Evan. So I decided to lead off with my Uxie, as he leads off with his Nidoking. Now, this was quite a perfect lead for me, because nothing he could do could touch me super, super hard, apart from like a Shadow Ball. But when I saw the team matchup, I saw no Starmie, so my priority was Stealth Rocks. So I go straight for the Stealth Rocks. After considering going for Psychic, to just do a lot of damage to the Nidoking because it's quite scary. But I do go for my rocks because they are needed. So I do set up the Stealth Rocks. And now I just go for a U-turn, expecting a Dark-type move. But he actually clicks the Draco Meteor. I was also expecting maybe a U-turn, just as a safe play. But as we can see, he does go for that Draco Meteor, which does quite a decent amount to my Uxie here. But not a tremendous amount. So I'm going to U-turn, and now I see a perfect opportunity to go on to Scolipede because he is -2 special attack. Now, this is where if I had substitute, I think I would have just swept with Excadrill, because I could have subbed on this turn, got my speed boost, protected, the baton passed, I would have a +2 speed Excadrill, and then I would be able to set up a Swords Dance, and nothing on this team lives. But there is one issue that would cause that to not be a thing. So yeah, he goes out into Infernape here, which I just clicked Earthquake on the switch-in, expecting a switch, because he didn't really have a switch into this thing. So he goes for Fake Out, so I was just like, okay, that's fine. As I just clicked Earthquake again, I think, because he had no reason not to. But if I had sub, we would have subbed on the Infernape, and he would be forced to click a Fire-type move, and then, well, I guess it wouldn't have really mattered if I subbed, actually. Maybe, I don't really know. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think it would, because Earthquake didn't knock him out, as you can see. So, yeah, actually, it wouldn't have mattered if I subbed or not. So, yeah, I get to +2, and I believe I just go for another Earthquake, because I had no reason not to. As I do, as he switches into Hydreigon, I'm just like, okay. So I go for a Mega Horn straight up, and we knock out the Hydreigon, which is huge, and Scolipede's going to pick up the first kill of the season. Now, we're going to get our Black Sludge recovery, so yeah, Scolipede's going to just straight up knock out a huge threat in the Hydreigon. He just had no switch-ins to my Scolipede at all, apart from this Registeel. So yeah, I was quite afraid of this Registeel because Seismic Toss is just annoying, to be honest. And that's all I was thinking during prep is Seismic Toss. And this Nidoking is also petrifying, and funny joke. So I'm going to Baton Pass right here on his Excadrill, and I'm going to go, well, on his Registeel, and I'm going to go out into Excadrill. As he just sets up rocks. I don't know how much I agree with that play. But I'm going to set up a Swords Dance, expecting him just to carry Seismic Toss, and not do an awful lot to me. But then I forgot that Registeel runs Earthquake, so we lose a massive amount of HP on our Excadrill right here. And that was quite scary for me, because I completely forgot about Earthquake. And he had literally no reason not to run it. Like Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Toxic, and like Seismic Toss just did a lot to my team. He might not have even had Seismic Toss. He might have just had like the Earthquake and 9-head. But yeah, that is quite scary because I'm at a very low amount of HP now, and it kind of prevents Excadrill sweeping here. But I now know he has no switch-ins to Earthquake apart from Tapu Bulu, so I'm going to click it, and we're going to knock out the Registeel. We're going to take our life of damage. And then he goes out into Infernape Pit. And now this, I knew he had Mach Punch, because he wouldn't go out into this just to fake out. There's no point, because then he would just be sacking things. So I'm going to swap out here into my Dusknoir to take the incoming Mach Punch, as he actually goes for the fake out, and I'm just sat here like, really? So I'm going to go for Shower Sneak, because on my calc it said it would KO, but I think he's a bit more of a bulky Infernape. So I could have clicked Power Up Punch, or just like straight up Ice Punch maybe. Ice Punch expecting the U-turn. I thought he would just stay in though and click Flare Blitz, because he really didn't have a reason to U-turn actually, now thinking about it. But yeah, Shower Sneak said it would KO, it didn't, blah blah blah, don't care, because he's a bit more of a bulky Infernape. But now his Infernape dies to rocks, so that's perfect. So he goes out into Nidoking here, and I'm just sat here rubbing my hands together, because this is the situation I wanted. He goes for Shadow Ball on my Dusknoir. It does 32%, or 33% really. And yeah, it doesn't do anything to me. And I'm going to go for that Earthquake, deal a massive 88.6%. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I'm able to go for Shower Sneak and pick off the biggest threat on his team, which was that Excadrill. So now he goes on to Tapu Bulu, and I was very scared of this, right? So I went for Shower Sneak, expecting him just to click like Horn Leech and knock me out. In hindsight, this wasn't a very good play because of what he clicked. So I go for Shower Sneak just to deal some damage, and he goes for a Substitute. This is very scary for me, because my only defensive, like physically defensive Pokemon is a Alomomola, and Horn Leech in grassy terrain just does so much, and even Wood Hammer. So this is very, very scary. So I'm forced to go onto my Scolipede right here, predicting a grass type move, as he actually clicks Sword Stance. All of this is petrifying, but I'm seeing more and more about his moveset. So we know his Sword Stance and Substitute so far. So I'm thinking he's probably Grass move and then like Stone Edge or something, just some sort of coverage. So I had to go on Scolipede, and I had to break his sub, because once I break his sub, I can go out into Excadrill and kill him off. So I had to pretty much sack Scolipede here, unless he didn't have any coverage to hit me. So he is going to go for the Zen Headbutt and knock out my Scolipede, but he did pick up a kill before dying, so that's all good. But, well, actually, I go out into my Xurkitree because I have Empower Poison and I can get a Beast Boost off of it. So that was actually a better option. I completely forgot I did that, to be honest. So we are going to go for the HP Poison, and we are going to knock it out, getting Xurkitree a kill. I think I did that just because I wanted a kill on Xurkitree. Now, I didn't really want to risk anything here, so I'm going to go out into Alomomola, expecting the fake out, as he actually goes for a turn. So I'm just kind of like, okay, that's cool. I can take any hit from this thing anyway. So I'm obviously, I think I just go for a Scald right here, or a Wish, just something like that. As I actually do go for the Wish, as he switches out into Infernape, just sacks it off, switches back in the Ambipom, and I'm going to go out into Excadrill, as he actually goes for a switcheroo right here, revealing that he had Choice Scarf Ambipom, just to switcheroo my Alomomola and make it useless. But yeah, that isn't going to work, as we're going to go out to Excadrill, get a Choice Scarf, and he's, well, Life Orb, yeah. So now I'm going to go for the Earthquake, and I'm going to knock out the Ambipom, and we're going to pick up a win week 1. So yeah, thank you, Evan, for the battle, and we're starting off this season very, very strong with 5-0 differential. So yeah, that's a very good start. And next week we're facing Corey and the Gateway God of Wars, who actually lost their first week battle against Alios. So yeah, he's gonna want some revenge here, so better get prepping. So yeah, thank you all for watching week 1 of the NBA. The other ones most likely will be on 3DS, and I'm actually getting Citra going up right now, so hopefully they'll all be perfect and HD and all that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been DarudeLeafStorm, and I'll see you all later. Bye guys.